morning, welcome to P&B Sports Show. My name is Aroko Tom. From silver at the National Sports Festival to gold at the African Athletics Under-20 Championship, Honor Clement lived up to his name and delivered glory for Team Nigeria in the Under-20 men's high jump final. Soaring at 2.10 meters PB on his first attempt, Honor didn't just win it, seems as though he stamped his arrival on the continental stage. And we have him today in the studio. Mr. Honor, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you. I'm great.
Okay. So being a young athlete, it's surprising that it's not all the time that we see people that are based in Nigeria on the national stage making it big for us. How do you feel?
Well, I feel happy. Yeah, I feel honestly satisfied, but I actually want more. Yeah, I feel as though I accomplished something great. Yeah, not just for the country but for myself also. Yeah.
Yeah, high jump is a you are representing a country, but yet it's a personal sport.
Yeah.
So tell me about yourself. How did you start? You tell me about your background in high jump and how did you start high jump?
Okay. Basically, at first I played basketball. At first, yeah, I started with basketball, and while playing basketball, I wasn't too much of that skillful player. Yeah, so I had something which made me stand out. I was good at rebounds. Yeah, very very good in rebounds. I could jump very very well. So I think one of a particular time I went for a competition in Benin, and then I saw a friend of mine which I knew, he's in the US now, and he was like, "Oh, this competition that's coming up, high jump. He wants to go. Let's give it a try." I'm like, okay, since you've been doing it before, let me give it a try myself and all. And I didn't know anything about it. So while anything the guy was doing, I would follow suit. Yeah, when he counted with his foot, I was like, "What are you counting?" Like, it's to get the measurements. I will now if he counts 10 for instance, or count 12 or 11, to just try and meet up. Then I started with the canvas and like that. So I cleared a height of 190 for the first time, 1.9.
For the first time?
Yeah, for the first time. And people around were like, "Oh, he cleared the 190 with canvas." So unknown to me, the news has already spread to other top high jumpers. Because then we competed, because normally they rank us in Nigeria. Yeah, but then I wasn't ranked yet because I was just starting. Though. So the news was like, he competed against Nigeria number 5, Nigeria number this, and I was like, "Oh, they are not ranked in Nigeria." And then I was like, "Okay, what do I need to do to get ranked in this sport?" So they're like, "I need to jump a height of 2 meters." I was like, "Okay, 2 meters, no problem. I can work towards it." Then I didn't have a coach in high jump or anything. Then my friend Jim Odosti introduced me to his coach.
That's the friend in the US?
Yeah. Jim Odosti introduced me to the coach, and I started training with her in Benin, Edo State there. And then while we were training, I just told her, I said, "Ma, I heard it's 2 meters for you to have a profile in Nigeria. And like, I want to jump this 2 meters." She's like, "You can do it, why not?" Then I went to my next meet in Lagos. I came in, I think 5th with 1.85. I cried that day. But I was just starting though. And then while I was crying, other top athletes were around, were like, "Why is he crying?" And then my coach was like, "Oh, he just started high jump this month with a 190. And I heard the coach say, "And you're complaining with 190. People that have started high jump for less than 2 years, they've not seen 190 to jump. Yeah, what talent, bro." And then I didn't even care. I was just bent on I must jump this 2 meter. And then something pushed me. Yeah, so I think that day in Lagos, they were about to jump. My coach introduced us to this man. He says he's a scout and all. So then my friend, calling my brother he was jumping a 205 then. And my coach introduced us. I was like, "Oh, this is not 2 of my high jumpers. This is a 205 jumper, and they should break on this is a 190 jumper." And then the man made his gesture like, no, I don't need him. He won't give me what I want. Although I took it very personal. And I told my brother, like, "I'm going to jump this 205. This man is saying
that no, he doesn't need you for."
I'm going to jump this 205 before July. And then he looked at me. I was like, yes, I'm going to do it. And then my coach looked at me, so I was like, okay, no problem. And after I cried, I came back home. I started training. I was training in Benin, training in Benin, and all. And I think the next competition was the national trials. Yeah, it was the national trials. Yeah, yeah, was it? It was the national trial. Yeah. Then a day before that day, I said, let me come and just warm up. I didn't know anything in high jump. You get. So I think that evening I was alone in the stadium with my coach. Me, my coach, and one of my teammates. She's a girl. And I was like, coach, let me just try this one and see that I couldn't clear in Lagos. See, people are saying it's my PB. So she's like, okay, let's try it. And then I went and I went over the bar 119. Like, oh wow! For the first time, this is something that I take 2 or 3 tries before I jump.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, coach, take it to 195. She was like, no, no, she was like, coach, take it to 195, let me jump. And then I went to 195 once. I was like, oh, coach, take it to 2 meters. And then she was like, no, no, no. I was like, coach, take it to 2 meters. Let me attempt this. And then I went over the 2 meters once, and I started shouting in the stadium like, oh my God. And then my coach was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus.
So talking about national trials,
Yeah.
I remember when we were outside of the studio, we spoke, and you actually mentioned something about your first national title,
Yeah.
which was recently in Lagos at the national trials,
Yeah.
where you had 2.05.
05. Yeah.
So just walk me through it.
Okay.
How did you feel? How did you get there?
Okay. Basically, it's a journey that whenever I think about it, I tend to get emotional because after the setback and everything, yeah, last nationals, yeah, I didn't I didn't I didn't place any job. Yeah, so I worked. In fact, I was training twice a day to make sure, okay, I try to hit a personal best in nationals last year in Benin City.
Tell us a lot about your discipline.
Yeah. So I think a day before the jump, we left Abuja around 7 in the morning. Our car broke down in somewhere around Abaji.
But a national athlete like you should not be traveling on the road. You should be using flights.
No, then we haven't even attained that title yet. So we're actually still working towards attaining the title. I know. So I got to Benin the following morning because after the car sport we had to use night journey and all. So we got there in the morning. So my jump was the following day. So I couldn't even rest, nothing. So with the stress and everything, I just managed to come out the following day to compete. And then at first when I saw people who came from outside, other high jumpers who came from outside the country, I was like, oh wow, this is going to get interesting. At first I first thought low on myself because that was my first time competing against top athletes like that. So I was like, now I'm just I'm going to jump. And then to my great surprise, the following day while we were warming up, I prayed and everything. I warmed up with a height I knew I would jump any day, anytime. Then time to jump, I don't just know what happened. I couldn't go by any height. Yeah, I couldn't go by any heights. And then I think when I was about to take my last attempt, I had a crack on my knee. So it took me.
Wait, this was in Lagos.
No, this was in Benin last year.
This was in Benin.
Yeah, last year in Benin. By this time in Benin, yeah. So I think that was national trials for, was it Olympic? That was for Olympics or so. That was Olympic trials if I'm not mistaken. And then I said, okay, no problem, it's fine. In fact, I felt devastated because I'm not saying I'm looking down on them, but athletes that normally I would beat, yeah, they beat me that day. So it was not even recorded that I came to that competition. You get. So I was like, even though it was only 180 or 195, let me go home with it again.
Yeah. So talking about that injury, I remember I saw you at the National Sports Festival in Ogun State, and we had a discussion. And you said something because you won the silver. He also won the silver medal at the National Sports Festival. But you said something. You said the person that won it is not home based.
It's home base.
Okay, it's home base.
Yeah.
You said, yeah, okay, I thought that what you said. So you said that there's somebody that won it. But you know that if you are fit,
Yeah.
that you are going to beat that person.
Yeah.
And that was because of the injury that you just mentioned. And you said even some people doubted you.
A lot.
That just walk us through that and where you are at now.
Okay.
Is the injury over? Let's start with that.
Yes, it is. Actually, I'm a Christian, and there are things I do before and after jumps, before after competing, before and after training. So basically, there are people who, because of the injury and all, they left me and all. Yeah, I would say it anywhere, anytime. I'm proud to have to call Coach Stanley or my coach. Yeah, though he's not a high jump coach, but he made sure when I was down, yeah, even when he was also down, he made sure not to allow it, affect me and all. He was always there to push me, and even when I didn't, in fact, he would make statements sometimes, and he would be like, "How will me your coach believe you more than yourself?" And I'm like, "Coach, I don't believe myself again. I'm tired. Like people say I can't do it, and coach I cannot do it." He'll be like, "No, you can do it. You will do it." And then I was like, "Coach, when?" He was like, "Just be calm. God knows what he's planning and all." So going into the National Sports Festival, I was having this back pain, this serious back pain. They call it sciatica pain or so. And then I went to a lot of medical whatever. This one will say your back is not strong. This one will say your core is not strong. So I was at the end of the day, I was doing a lot of things for the back, but I was not feeling any relief. So I was like, okay, God, well, if this pain is not going to go, let it just stay there. But I'm going to make sure I compete. Remember my first competition this year at an MTN champs, I came in second with a 205. I was heavily injured, really injured. And then I plan on attending the Niger Delta Sports Festival. I couldn't go because my back was, in fact, I couldn't stand straight for long. Then I was like, okay, let's give National Sports Festival a try and see what we can do. Mind you, I've trained already. I've been training, yeah, but I had to stop training because of the back pain and all. So I was like, let's give this National Sports Festival a trial and see what we can do. So I contacted some people, and then I got the state, Rivers State, and I said, okay, let me present Rivers.
And Rivers State is actually one of the biggest states in your sport.
Yeah.
So for you to have made the team of Rivers State, then it means even with your injury, they believe that you are still one of the best.
Yeah, sure. In fact, as a matter of fact, when I got to Rivers State here, when they found out, because I was hiding my injury, so when they found out I had an injury, someone of them called me. I was like, "Oh, so you got injury from Abuja to this place to come and train?" In fact, I I could not even train in the camp. So, but thank God for our female captain. She's my teammate. She also represented Rivers. So she was always the one walking around, telling coach, this boy, if you take him, he does not get medal. In fact, they got to a point where they called me in the room one time. I was like, there are 3 medals. We have the gold, the silver, and the bronze. Which are you bringing for us? And then I just summoned courage. I was not training. I was like, I'm not going to give you bronze. I'm going to give you between gold and silver.
So you were that sure of yourself?
I was very sure of myself. So I'm like, I'm going to give you guys a gold or silver. So they're like, they laughed. This guy does not training. It's like, I'm going to give you guys a gold or silver. You guys should just watch out.
Wait, let me tell you something. For those of you that do not know Honor, people say he's a stubborn jumper. No matter what, this guy is a stubborn jumper and he knows what he's doing and is dedicated to it.
Yeah, so going into the competition, we camped after we left camp, we went to Babcock, to Abeokuta, and then like that. So the journey itself from Abeokuta, from where we were staying, that Babcock to Abeokuta, was tiring, about 2 hours journey. So I was like, how am I going to manage all this and all? So going to the competition, and the day I was about to compete and all, I was not even expecting anything. I was just listening to my normal daily music, just vibing to it and all. I didn't have anything in mind that, okay, I'm not going to anything, but I just shall know I'm going to come out here with a medal and it's not going to be a bronze. That's what I told myself already. So initially, the coaches who brought me, they were not even, they were just up watching and they
were not really keen on what you were going to do.
Keen on what I was about to do or what will this guy produce. And but I was like, God, I'm here now. If you let me down, they will say Yeah.
They said it. Oh, I said it.
Exactly, that kind of a thing. So the competition started. I competed against medalist. I call him my big brother. Medalist, I call him my big brother.
Was which state did you represent?
I represented Rivers. The Cyprian represented Lagos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we started competing, and then it got to a point because in high jump, yeah, you can actually skip heights. So it got to a point I was skipping heights, and then I was like, "Why is this boy? Who is this boy?" So automatically, nobody knew me. You get
because you were not there for people did not really see you because
exactly.
of your injury.
So I wasn't really score. So everyone knew Cyprian in Lagos there because he also has he's a big jumper also in Nigeria. So people like Cyprian. So nobody actually really knew me. So except the jump society and some coaches that knew me and okay, we know how everyone know. We started jumping, and then when I started with my first jump, I was like, oh, this guy, who is this guy? So he Cyprian jumps, I'm jumping with him. So my coaches, I just looked and I saw that the two of them are already down. Like, level two. And then I was like, you guys should just calm down. So it got to a height, that's my personal best, 205. Then I haven't jumped to 210. I have not jumped to 210 yet. Although I have attempted the higher height during training, but in a nutshell, it needs to be official for you to call it a jump.
Because that's a national stage.
Exactly, so it needs to be official. And then I went over the 205 once, I failed it. I went over the 205 second time, I failed it. So I had one more trial. If I jump and it falls, and I like the bar falls, I'll still get my silver medal. But I didn't want to win a silver medal with a 2 meter. You get? I didn't want to win a silver medal with a 2 meter. So Cyprian came to me, I was like, my brother, why are you scared? And to some extent, normal me that I would lie to myself, I said, I was like, I don't know why I'm scared. So the moment I said that word, yeah, I felt something should go all left. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to attempt this stuff again. It's my last trial. Let me take it to 210. So the official was like, no, the 210, they take it to 207. I was like, no, I want it to be, I want to take it to 210. I want to jump a 210. So my coach was like, the coach that was coaching me was like, 210. I was like, coach, I will jump it. I'm sure I will jump the 210. So the Cyprian he went over the 210. And then I just stood there looking at the bar. I was like, this is my final last attempt. If I fail this, I'm out of this competition. If I jump it, I'm able to get a medal. And I was like, okay, let's give it a try. And then, I just went over the heights. And then I started shouting. I was shouting. And then to some extent, I started saying something that later I heard in the video. I was saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And then people didn't really understand. Because after the whole jump and everything, I came out silver. Cyprian jumped a 212. I couldn't go over a 212. I wanted to go higher, but it didn't work out like that. So I went over a 212, a 210, and Cyprian went over a 212 to get the gold medal. So after the jump, Cyprian came to tell me something. He said, people won't know what you've been through. People won't know what we've been through. They'll think it's magic. That's something to my head. So immediately I started crying. Yeah, and an official came to me and I was like, why are you crying? I was like, last festival I came in 4th in Delta, and this festival I am National Festival silver medalist. Now I was like, oh wow, that's big, that's huge. So at that moment, yeah, I didn't even remember I had back pain anymore.
You were just in a celebratory mood.
Honestly, I think that was where I got my healing actually. Honestly speaking, that's where I got my healing. So I stopped feeling that pain then. And then I was like, okay. So they're like, there's CA coming up on the 18 or 20 championship,
Yes, I think what we're going to do, we are going to go on a short break right now. We are still with Honor Clement, so we're just going to go on a short break. And when we come back, we're going to discuss about the recent African Athletic Under 20 championship that he became an international champion. So grab your popcorn, and when we come back, we're going to discuss more on that. So welcome back. We are still here with Honor Clement, the international high jumper. So, Mr. Honor, you participated in the African Athletic Under 20 Championship, and not just that, you captained Nigeria So just walk us through it. How did you feel? For a person to captain a country, there must be pressure. How did you handle that pressure?
Well, initially, I was made assistant captain at first for I was given the captainship and all. So at first, yeah, it wasn't easy actually because before they gave me the captain, the coach that interviewed me was like, "What are the roles of a captain?" And then I was just saying a lot of things like that you have to be there for the athletes, put yourself first. And I was just saying it's not knowing I was actually going to exhibit them very soon. So while I was the captain and all, while we were in camp, I had to make sure of a lot of things. First of all, when they are bringing these guys food, guys, we are always just
hungry,
like
not like hungry lions.
So you have to just try to let them know, okay, you guys should just calm down, and then walk them through a lot of things for them to calm. And so most times, in fact, it got to the point where by the time I finished giving food to the athletes, with the help of some other athletes too, like one or two, before some of them they even got tired. It got to the point I was just the one, and then our camp financial waiver like that. So by the time I finish giving the athletes food, I'll go give the coaches food upstairs, and by the time I get back, I'm already tired. Mind they have training the following morning. So most of the times, by the time I get to eat and rest, it's already 12. Most of the times 1. And most of the coaches they didn't know. So it was a particular day I was training, and then my coach was like, "I'm supposed to be improving, but I'm not improving. Although I'm putting in effort, but why am I not improving?" And all. So he now found out that I was sleeping late because of the things I was doing, the stress. So he warned me that I should not do it again. And then he spoke to them that they should not allow me share food again or attend to any athlete.
So sharing food was the secret.
As funny as it may sound, it was very, very stressful. Very stressful because you need to make sure these athletes they've seen food, they've seen water. The coaches too have seen their food, they've seen their water. In fact, the stress would have been times 10 on me if not the help of there's this guy that was helping me in camp too, if not for his help also and her. So it's just like that, and in fact, one funny thing was that by the time they found out it was already too late. We had already entered the competition proper. You get. So although the boys I went to, the boys I captain, they made it easy for me too because they were always supportive. Like, captain, no worry, get your back. Captain, no worry, this one. Captain, don't worry. And then I felt welcome. I felt loved. So there was no pressure there because to some point they knew what they had to do.
So talking about feeling welcomed, you were welcomed after winning the silver medal at the National Sports Festival. How were you able to translate winning the silver medal at the National Sports Festival to an international stage, especially on home soil here in Nigeria, Abeokuta?
Oh my God! So okay. So basically, it sounds funny, but I told myself, I said this season is going to be my season. From this season, it's going to be my season till when I say it's over. And it sounded funny. I told my coach, I said, "Coach, I think it's time." So before that, an athlete met me one time. The guy is a well-known athlete also. He told me something. He said, "How you are still sleeping?" He told me national service. I said, "You are still sleeping." And he was like, I told him, I said, "I'm tired of coaches and athletes looking at me and telling me you have what it takes to go over a 220. You have what it takes to go over a 225." And then I'm like, I'm not even seeing a 210 yet. You understand? I've never seen a 210 yet. And people are saying I have what it takes to go over a 220, I have what it takes to go over a 225. And then I'm like, we should stop. And then the guy will tell me you have one of the best technique in Nigeria. And like, I don't have any best technique. I'll tell the guy. So the guy was like, "You are sleeping, wake up." And then he just says randomly. And then I went back home and I sat down. I was like, "I'm sleeping. How does this guy mean I'm sleeping?" And I was like, "Okay, let's try. Let's wake up and see." So from then I went to this mentality of whenever I'm competing, I don't want to know. If you are going over the height, I'm going over that height.
So you had a 2.10 meter on your personal best.
Yeah, in festival. For silver medal,
yeah. And you use the same thing to win a 2.10 to win a gold with 2.10 meter.
Exactly. In under 20.
In under 20. So how does it feel? You are very young. You are a young athlete and you still have a huge career, a long career ahead of you. How does it feel? And how does it feel is the first question. Then who are the athletes on the international stage that you look up to?
Okay. First of all, how I felt. I felt proud of myself. I felt proud of myself. Yeah. Not just winning it, but representing the country. You get representing the country. Because that's one of my goal. Like I want to represent Nigeria one day. You get. I'm not just representing them, but also winning. So at first, yeah, when in fact I was telling my coach, I was like I had already won this gold medal while I was in camp, regardless, because I didn't do well. I didn't do too well in trials. You get. Then went to the camp and all. So I was like, I have to win this medal. I know. So making me the captain, the stress and everything, I was like, I have to win this medal. And then it got to a point where the day I was competing, there were a lot of stress. My phone got spoiled that day. So like the tension was like, my phone is spoiled. So I was like, okay. And then going into the call room, the call room is where you go to before they take
You to
where you compete. They told me I came late, that I wasn't going to compete, that the time is 5:20. And I was like, the time I saw is 6:20. They're like, no, it's one. I know it's an international competition. So it's not like I don't know anybody there. People handling it are outside, both Algerian and Egyptian.
So they use like a Central African time.
Exactly. So I was like, I don't know, and I don't even have a phone. My phone just got spoiled yesterday, and I was like, nah, I can't compete and all. But to some extent, I was just calm. I was just cool. So later on, I think an hour later, they took me into the call room and then brought me to the competition venue. And then by that time, in fact, I think people were already leaving the stadium because my event was the last stadium, or it was the last event. And then they were like, okay, you can't compete anymore because the South African guy is no longer around. He has gone back to his hotel room. You guys are just two. I was like, oh God, what's going on? So like I will jump on Sunday, and that was like on a Friday. And then I was talking to my two coaches, Coach Johnny and Coach Ediri.
Sorry to cut you short. Was that the point when you shouted and people turned their mic?
No,
People turned their camera.
I haven't even started jumping then.
Oh wow.
I haven't started jumping then. So after talking to my coach, then they called me like, oh Nigeria, come back. Nigeria, I was like, you can jump now. Count your run up. I was like, okay, thank you. Then I was just counting my run up, and then the South African guy now came in. The Burkina Faso guy came in also. And then everybody said we started jumping. So they asked us, what height are we going to start from? I was like, I'll start with a 190 to just warm up, because I haven't warmed up. So the South African guy was like, okay, he was going to start with 180. The other guy 170. So the other guy jumped. He went off. He couldn't go over the next height. The South African guy went over the 190, the 180. He couldn't go over the 190. Then okay, Nigeria, your jump. The moment I went over the 190, that was when I won the gold. So I saw my coach. He was like, yes, and I was like, coach, calm down, just get it started.
Oh, this one is called the stubborn. This one is called the stubborn jumper.
So I was like, coach, calm down, just get it started. He was like, okay, no problem. I was like, coach, no, we have a plan. Actually, the plan that day was to go over at 220, and that was
our because you mentioned earlier that you were told that you were sleeping.
Exactly.
Because you had not jumped 220.
Exactly. So the plan was to go over at 220, although with the stress and everything. So when the jump started, I was just jumping, and then I was like, okay, this is home soil. Why not arouse everybody? So I raised clap. So there's this thing we just raise clap, and people are clapping for you. So when people saw that this guy went over at 2 meters, then I was getting my confidence and everything. So I was just relaxed because aside from the fact that it was home soil, I already had it in mind that, man, I'm going to be on that podium. They're going to sing my national anthem for me. Because a day before then, our girls here, they bagged the medal, gold, silver, bronze in the 100 meters. So that gave me this zeal. And then in the under 18 category, my friend Praise, he claimed bronze medal. So that defeated him. You get. So the other girl too, she didn't do well. So I was so angry, like I have to come out with a gold medal in this competition. So at least let it be on record that among the high jumpers, there's a gold medal among the high jumpers, not just a bronze medalist or a silver. I want to win the gold. The guy has won a bronze, I want to win a gold myself. So I don't want them to say high jumper, they could not put it. Nah.
So what happened during that jump?
Okay, so doing the jump, I started the jump, and then I was looking for my teammates. Unknown to me, they are not where I expected them to be. They were at the other side watching long jump. So I didn't know that they were already raising clouds for me. I know. So I started jumping. I went over the 2 meter, and then I jumped over it, and then I started to take it to 205.
Stubborn jumper.
And then I was like, okay, take the 205, and then I failed the 205 at first, and I went to my coach like, coach, what's going on? Like, no, don't worry yourself, be calm. You really want it, but we're going to make sure. See, so he quoted me on some things. In fact, that was the first time I'll be coached by high jump coaches.
So before then, you were being coached by Coach Stanley Oha.
Yes, he's sprint coach.
He's sprint coach.
Yeah, he's sprint coach. So that was like the first time I was being coached by high jump coaches. Yeah, because most time whenever I go for competitions, I just do what's in my head, and he just tells me what he knows he gets. But that does I still give him the respect though, because he was there for me and all. So I went to buy the 2.5, the second attempt, and they were like, "Why? I take it to 2.10." So I asked my coach, like 2.10. I was like, "Yeah, take it to 2.10." He said, "Okay, no problem." And then I went to buy 2.10 first attempt, and then I started shouting like there was this vibe in the stadium. And then people are like the stadium. They started coming back, and then there was this vibe like, "Oh my God, who is this Nigerian?" I was like, "Okay, let me take it to 2.15." So that 2.15 now, yeah, I did not even know. That would have been a mute record. You get. So my coach was like, "Wow, like coach 2.50." I was like, "Coach, calm down. You said we should go over 2.20. I want to go over 2.20 here, I know." Although God has his own plans, yeah. So I started 2.15, first one, I failed it, second one, the third one, I had already gone over it, but I just didn't delay my head a little. I failed it. And then the whole stadium was just everywhere like, who is this guy? And then the next moment I could see interviews here and there. Come please, high jumper, come please, high jumper. I was like, you guys should calm down, give me my flag first. Calm down, you guys should calm down. And then my teammates.
So this is the point where for people to know it's not easy to get a national athlete, and we had to call severally, we had to get him in the studio. It wasn't easy at all. But they're already telling us that our time is almost up. And then what I want to tell you is this. Next time you are coming to the studio, we believe you would have gone for other international championship representing Nigeria. And we expect you to bring a medal, not just to Nigeria, but bring a medal to this studio.
No problem.
So thank you so much, Mr. Honor Clement, for honoring us. And funny enough, he has been a long time friend of mine. So we've come to the end of P&B Sports Show. For myself and the entire team, we say have a blessed day.